It's time to grow what you can, and you know that I advocate growing microgreens on burlap because you get a crop every 2 weeks. If you think about potential demand, the average American consumes about 1 ton of food per year, and perhaps 2% of that is fresh fruits and vegetables. And if the conventional fruits and vegetables come into short supply, then people will shift to microgreens in order to get the greens that they want. And if you think about an area like San Francisco with 5 million people, we probably consume 100,000 tons of fresh fruits and vegetables per year. And if you go to any city, calculate the population, 1 ton per person, 2% of that, that's what your opportunity is in terms of substituting new crops for old crops. This time I'm going to start back at the 20th and then work forward to the 26th, which is the range for this week. In the UK, brassica growers are struggling with a difficult season. Brassica are things like cauliflowers, broccoli, cabbages, and they say it has been a combination of extreme cold at the start of spring followed by prolonged droughts and periods of intense heat have put crops under significant pressure. In India, a related problem in terms of thousands of farmers deprived of crop insurance. Apparently they have crop insurance, but the government has been slow to pay on claims. In the USA, a blanket of hail. This is Box Elder Canyon south of Maxwell. And it says that the storm on Wednesday evening came with wind, heavy rain, and hail, causing widespread crop damage, stripping twigs and needles from cedar trees in the canyons. It also left piles of hail that remained southeast and southwest of Maxwell well into Thursday afternoon. In the Ukraine, high air temperatures may reduce corn yield. They're just saying the daily air temperature on average was between 2 and 5 degrees centigrade above normal, which is quite a bit in the metric system. In India, the crop loss in the Karnataka province cannot even be gauged yet. Production of plantation crops, including coffee, pepper, and cardamom, which was initially expected to be good this season, is set for a steep decline as rainfall that has battered Kodagu, Hassan, and Chikmagaluru has caused large-scale damage to crops. And apparently the Planters Association has estimated a 70% loss of coffee. In the USA, Montana ranchers are at risk of losing livestock because of the wildfires. In the USA, hail takes big toll on area crops. This is like Utica, Beaver Crossing, and Waco, so I guess this is Texas. In India, only 2% of the farmers in Kerala are insured, so they just take it on the chin if they get loss. In India, rain has damaged 1.25 lakh acres of crop in Adilabad. That's about 125,000 acres of crops. In the USA, crop conditions continue to decline. Late-season rains and somewhat cooler temperatures have not seen enough to turn the average in corn and soybean condition around. The USDA says only 68% of the U.S. corn crop is in good to excellent condition, a decline of 2 percentage points. In Germany, the potato industry in Bavaria is expecting a slightly below harvest. In Minnesota, the sugar beet yields have fallen 4%. Europe is facing a food shortage as heat wave destroys crops. The heat wave in Europe has come at the same time as adverse growing conditions in other countries, including Russia and Australia, meaning that supplies will be at their smallest for years. The sweltering heat has left Spain and Portugal struggling in temperatures of more than 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and other countries are experiencing extraordinarily high temperatures, leaving many outdoor crops yellow and sparking wildfires. The poor harvest yields and reduced grassland has led to increased costs for animal feed, which has put pressure on livestock farms. In Germany, the farmers are going to get 340 million euros in state aid for drought-caused harvest losses. In the USA, cherry farmers are experiencing huge losses this year. A warm winter with a late frost devastated many local cherry growers this year. Adding another year to the string of difficult growing seasons cherry farmers have experienced recently. Yes. A survey of local farmers in Kern County revealed a 77% loss in overall production, equating to about $50 million in financial losses. In Latvia, the agricultural sector has reported $359 million in drought damage. In India, 10 lakh hectares hit by dry spell, excess rainfall in Karnataka. Also in India, flood damage maize/coffee output, somewhat lower than last year. In France, the onion quantities have been reduced by 25 to 30% due to rain. And in Spain, pepper production will fall by 70% due to hailstorms. And that's all for now. It's plenty. If you follow the different sites that track all this stuff, like electroverse.net, the bad news comes every day without fail. So